As the sun serenades the island of Martha's Vineyard, one chef believes the best way to create his menu is to rise before the rest and see what treasures the ocean and the land has to offer. Postcard perfect views, white sandy beaches, lush landscapes, coastal roads, timeless lighthouses are the beacons and the light for Joe's cuisine. There is something special about slurping down a fresh oyster on a hot summer's day. 19 Raw is a warm and welcoming coastal casual restaurant located just off Main Street in downtown Edgartown. From reclaimed wood to industrial accents, the dining room is inviting and cozy. On any given day, you'll find Joe working passionately to serve up his food with a jovial smile. Like fishing, Joe also likes to get his clams straight from the water. As each clam is picked, he imagines how it would be served. The East Coast is home to some of the country's freshest oysters, and Cottage City oyster is one of the local chef's favorites.
We love having Joe from 19 Raw out on the boat and out on the farm. Not only is he a friend, but he's also a client of ours, and that's one thing we do like to do is take clients out on the farm to show them our process. And you know, it's really important to Joe to see that type of stuff because his standards are very high and he takes pride in what he does.
So when we're looking at our oyster, we're looking to cup sizes. Make sure the shell is nice and thick.
Yeah.
Deep cups, bright white, clean, and
it's just stunning. When you get a good oyster, it just smells like a sea breeze.
That's right.
Skipping across the shore.
That's right.
It's beautiful.
Smells salt water and brine and
yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate. Mm.
2 minutes old. It can't get any fresher than this.
140 more to go. So we're going to grab these and head back to 19 Raw.
Yeah.
After we caught the oysters, Joe and I had a few more stops to make. Not only does the ocean share its seasonal treasures, the garden too. While Joe picks his vegetables, I'll have a quick word with the owner, Matthew Dix.
We're a diversified farm, a little vegetable farm. We only farm about 6 acres, but I grow probably any range of 50 to 60 crops in those 6 acres. What I like working with the chefs essentially is they like to, they like to come out. They actually come right out here and walk around and actually can see the, the vegetables and see the quality that they're looking for.
There are many other local farms and stores that Joe can shop at, which is thanks to a strong community like this one. With the fresh ingredients caught and picked, it's time to head to 19 Raw Oyster Bar. Fresh local oysters on a bed of shaved ice, cocktail sauce, lemon wedges. Yes please, that is what the doctor ordered.
So, John, from this morning's catch, early in the morning, to our menu this evening.
Fantastic.
Enjoy. Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, man.
So good. And you know what I love in thinking about this? We went out on the boat, we got them, and now they're on the menu. And the joy it's putting on these people's faces.
That's right. We have king crab legs, it's just poached in butter, baked cod, which is a staple in the vineyard. If you're gonna have the bread, have the best bread. If you're gonna have lobster, have the best lobster, and let the product just speak for itself.
What I feel when I walk into 19 Raw is really going into my kitchen with a group of friends. Because I know everyone there. Joe cooks personally for me. It's like being in my own kitchen.
When you walk into 19 Raw, it's like walking into your own living room. It's a very friendly environment. Staff is always there to greet you. Usually Joe's there with a big old smile.
The food's outstanding, and then you're in Martha's Vineyard. So locations, everything.
What made you start cooking?
A lot of things. First is stupidity, I think. It was probably the people I worked under that just pushed me to always excel in everything I was doing. And the harder I work, the more I loved it, you know, and when you get into it, you love it more and more and more. I think with me, it's always trying to push the envelope and have someone challenge you to do better. Well, I obviously I love to cook, and then I guess, you know, I was born to cook and love to cook, and I would never do anything else. You gotta be balls out, you know.
Balls out?
Yeah, you gotta.
That's a new term for an Englishman.
Yeah,
I don't know that one.
The Englishman, yeah, you're learning. Yeah. Balls out, you gotta be in 1,000%. If you're not in, you won't succeed, you'll drown.
I think Joe has found success due to his philosophies and what he thinks the restaurant business is all about. He has a bar of excellence that he expects to achieve, and he expects for us to live up to his expectations on a daily basis. One of the philosophies that Joe has taught me is to always be in a great mood when you're in the kitchen, no matter how difficult or no matter how awry things are going. Always maintain a positive attitude, because that will translate into the plate that you're putting out of the kitchen.
I like working with Joe because he's funny and he's a big kid. He loves your employees, you know, and he loves your restaurant, and he's loved sharing your idea with people.
He's so business oriented. He's so always thinking of the next move, and he just takes a lot of pride in what he does. He doesn't cut corners. And it is related to work. I think he just lives to make people happy, and I think that carries through in his restaurant. People come in here to see him because he wants to make you happy. He wants to cook for you. He wants to chat with you, learn your story.
Joe is there before you. He leaves after you. Joe controls the room. He controls the menu. He controls the staff. Joe is definitely the guy in charge, and his passion and everything he does comes out on his plate. You know, he's not cocky, but he's strong, and he knows what he's doing. And it's hard, because a lot of chefs will put out great food, but they think that the world, you know, revolves around them. And with Joe, he just wants to make people happy, and he wants to feed people.
You're not going to be successful in the restaurant business if you just have passion for food. And he asks everyone when they're leaving, how was your meal? If they don't say, this was great, nice meeting you, he wants to know.
Not only is Joe a well-respected chef in Martha's Vineyard, he's also the co-owner in several other businesses, Wash Ashore Beer, and also Pizza di Napoli in Oak Bluffs. The locals love Joe's pizza.
Sometimes it's hard to go into business with a friend, but Joe had a dream, and I was aware of that dream for a long time, even when he was working somewhere else. You know, we respect each other, and it's been actually fun, which is a great way to have a partnership.
I wanted to go into business with Joe, or be in business with Joe, Michelle and I, because we do have one thing in common. We're workaholics. He's just willing to work harder than anybody else. But you know, his personality is, if you're going to do it right, or don't do it at all.
It's been my pleasure, Joe, spending time with you over the last few days, learning about the island and learning more about you and the people who are in your life. I want to say thank you so much.
Thank you, John. Thank you.
Appreciate it. You're a good man. You're a great friend.
Thank you so much.
Happy days. Not only is Joe a great chef and a good businessman, he's also great at keeping secrets. As we was filming some B-roll of Joe and Emily on the beach, Joe surprised us all and got down on one knee. Look what happened.
Love you too, babe. You marry me?
You can. Oh my God.
Yes. Did I say yes, I can.
Say it again, just to make sure.
Oh my God, I can't even believe I have a ring on my finger right now. Oh, there goes my makeup.